Hi there, hello, how are you? I hope you're having an absolutely fantastic day. This is not how I normally start my videos. I don't even have my studio lights on yet. I am having a really rough morning, and I figured that taking you through this part of my morning and what's making me very overwhelmed, and then seeing the results of taking a microdose of THC might make it a little bit more real for you guys. I'm having a really rough time right now. There's not anything in particular that's necessarily bothering me right now except for an overwhelming feeling of being overwhelmed. And I normally don't show this side of me to you all, and I think you all think like, okay, everything's like always rosy posy, everything's always great, I'm always in an excellent mood, and like THC and CBD and stuff is just like a thing that I do, and maybe it doesn't actually have too much of an impact on my life and how I feel and how my day begins and how I kind of like go about, I don't know, finding the happiness in each day. And sometimes it's really hard to do that, and I'm not saying that this is necessarily a fix-it for everybody, but I do find that it makes an overwhelming difference for me, for my husband, for my sister-in-law, for my brother-in-law, for a whole bunch of people that I've had test out this routine just to give me feedback, and have also then become hooked to microdosing THC. It's kind of crazy how little things in life can kind of all of a sudden overwhelm me. Even right now, obviously I'm trying to get myself ready so that I can record this video so that I can show you all about microdosing and how to do it. And I love to do it in a very professional manner, and with my makeup on, and with my bedroom clean, and not boxes just like in my way and on. Like, I have everything in front of me. My desk is a mess. There's a damn fly in here. And why is it buzzing when I'm trying to be recording? And it's those little things that are really pissing me off, that really shouldn't piss me off, that shouldn't bother me. But I know that I'm in a mood right now, and I know that I'm having a really rough morning. I haven't even been able to finish my bed, and like I said, I haven't put on any makeup, which is something that I normally do. I have a lot on my plate today. Today is Sunday right now as we're recording, and on Sundays I typically have like the daily household chores. This is not a day that I normally work. Even though I don't normally work on Sundays, I try to go into my emails and my DMs. I was deleted off of Instagram last week, and I think that might have a little bit to do with my mood. And I know that that sounds absolutely crazy, but I had so many memories on there. Conversations that I've had with all of you, conversations that I had with different people in my life that maybe are not fucking fly. I'm in my feels about that right now, but I'm just overwhelmed because I have so many things that I need to get done today around my house. This is the day that we do our laundry and grocery shopping. I'm cleaning out my fridge, got to pick up around the house, get everything kind of squared away for the entire next week. Next week we have so many things going on. I'm just in a mood. So I just took that CBD. I'm gonna take a couple sips of my tea, and yeah, once it starts to kick in, I'm definitely gonna feel a lot more of a mood elevation, a little bit quieting down, or more streamlining organization thoughts in my head, and ability to kind of like execute my day how I intend to, and to do it in a much happier mood. Yeah, there you go. There's the raw beginning part of my day. I'll see you guys soon. This fucking fly. Hi, I'm back. I'm in a much better mood. I am in a hella better mood now. I don't feel like crying. I don't feel like crawling into a hole and dying. I don't feel like going in my blankets, covering myself up and listening to sad music, or watching TV shows in the dark with a blanket over my head and just eating soup for the entire rest of the day. I feel much better right now. I didn't really get to drink any of my tea, and it's ice cold now, but I'm still gonna get to drink some of it at least. But what I took before we went away, and I don't even know if I fully explained it, it's the viia hemp co low dose high spectrum gummies. These have 25, I don't even know, it's 12 to 1. It's 25 milligrams of CBD to 2 milligrams of THC. So that's our microdose. And I feel freaking amazing. I feel so much better. I feel like this is better than any sort of wake and bake that I honestly could ever do. And I think that a lot of people rely on that as their microdose in the morning, because I know I have quite a few times, or even like a microdose in the middle of the day to kind of get you like a little bit of a pick-me-up. But sometimes it kind of kicks me in the ass, and it can bring me back down. Delta 9 can be a little bit hit or miss for me if I'm smoking flower like during the day. Sometimes it's hella potent and I didn't really realize where I got myself, and other times I'm like, did that even help at all? That's where taking something a little bit more controlled, like a pre-dosed gummy, definitely comes into play for me, because then I know what to expect expect with my day. But this one's also mixed with CBD, so then I got that for the day. So these are their low dose, high spectrum. They actually have another kind too that I do like to take, but these ones are not like microdosing. Technically microdosing, I think they would both play like a different part in your daily routine, and I should do more of a dedicated video on this one at another time. I have in the past actually. I will link it up here and also down below, but they came up with a new flavor. It's called pink lemonade. It's freaking delicious. Like I literally died chewing on these. They are so damn good. The other flavor that they had was watermelon. My sister-in-law thinks the watermelon one tastes phenomenal. I like it. It's okay, but I'm not much for watermelon flavored things. These pink lemonade though, if you're not into watermelon, are the bomb.com. But these ones have 5 milligrams of THC in it. Not a true microdose. You would want to cut one of these in half if you were going to buy these and use these. These are the true microdose. All that is taking the smallest effective dose possible so that you get the therapeutic benefits from it, but not the high, not the psychoactive effects that would potentially derail your entire day. So what you're looking for is mood elevation, but you don't really want an increase in appetite, and I don't have that. I also don't want dry eyes, dry mouth, any sort of like buzzy head feeling, any sort of dizziness, cloudiness, any sort of slowing down in my judgment. I want this to be like something that I can take, that I can drive, that I can go do errands, that I can work, and then I know that I'm going to do a good job, and that I'm going to be able to manage my mood and manage my emotions, and it's just simply something that helps to get my day back on track. So I do get very easily overwhelmed in the morning, and especially when I'm kind of recounting what all needs to be done for that entire day. And Sundays, like I said, are incredibly hard for me for some reason, and then I just end up having a really hard time managing that. And it's okay to sit in your feelings, and I'm not saying that anybody should like drug out their feelings at all, because that's not the case with microdosing at all. That's not what's going to happen to you. You're not going to be able to push your feelings away. You're not going to be able to bury your thoughts and not think about it. That's not what this does, because you're not getting that psychoactive effect. You're not getting the high. What you're getting is the therapeutic benefits, that mood elevation, that overall feeling of stress melting away, kind of like calm setting in, being focused. I do get a lot more hyper focused when I take stuff like this, and just feeling like an overwhelming sense of like happiness and contentment. Again, not in a way that's going to make you run away from the things that are bothering you, because you should be able to sit in your feelings, and you really do need to sit in your feelings sometimes. But for me, sitting in my feelings and then reacting or trying to fix whatever it is that caused that does not work well together. I can't execute like that. I can't make that thing happen if I really truly don't want to, or I'm feeling overwhelmed or exhausted. Then I take something like the viia hemp microdose gummies, and I can actually go do the freaking laundry. Like I stopped so that these could set in, and then went and did 2 loads of laundry and cleaned up 50% of my desk, but then I also filmed a reel. So, I mean, I got some things done personally, professionally, and I feel a lot better about it. I don't feel overwhelmed with the rest of my day, and I don't have any negative side effects. And there is an actual scientific reason why this works within your body. We all have an endocannabinoid system within our body that has CB1 and CB2 receptors, THC and CBD, CBG, CBN, CBC, all these different cannabinoids respond to our endocannabinoid system within our body. Get it? It's like the same damn thing. It reacts very well to it and actually absorbs it into your system, and it goes right into work for your immune system, brain function, digestion. It has a lot to do with your overall well-being. So microdosing is actually really healthy for you. So you actually like feel good. The way that I kind of look at it is that it's replenishing my endocannabinoid system from what it is depleted from, and it's like filling in these gaps and holes. And when it does, I feel a lot more complete, and I feel like I can actually tackle the day and tackle everything. So the dose that you're supposed to take, it's between 1 and 3 milligrams, no more than 3 milligrams of THC. Anything more than that isn't truly considered a microdose. So doing something like the Cloud9 gummies with 5 milligrams of THC is not a true microdose. You are going to feel a little bit of psychoactive effects in it. It's something that I would say is not the correct thing to microdose to start your day, but maybe cutting them in half would be fine. You're going to get those therapeutic benefits without any sort of like concern. So all you do, because I feel like these literally last the entire day, with normal gummies, with schmettable edible type gummies, I will feel the effects kick in about an hour. I will feel them completely like kick off in about 4 to 4.5 hour mark. And then I know that they're completely worn off, and I may feel like, I don't know, tired or exhausted, or that I need to do more. But for some reason with these, I didn't get that feeling. I take it in the morning. When I wake up, I like to keep it in my tea cabinet. I always get a drink first thing in the morning. Like that's my go-to. So I go downstairs, open up my tea cabinet, get one of these things out, eat this, make my tea, kind of go about my day, kind of get started there. And that's how I start. And I don't even truly drink caffeine most of the time. Like I'll do, this is super diluted and I've only had like this much of it now, about half of it. But even when I do my coffee, and I'll do like double shots of espresso on days where I really need it, or I'll do half decaf or all the way decaf on other days where I'm just craving coffee, but these still work just as damn good. I don't feel like they have any sort of an interaction with negative or positive with caffeine. So if caffeine is kind of like part of your normal day, I don't find any sort of an interaction with these, as opposed to like when I take actual over-the-counter medication or prescribed medication that is meant to deal with the same types of symptoms. I can't do caffeine at all. I start to get heart palpitations, I start to overly sweat, I start to freak out, I start to panic, and sometimes I get like anxiety attacks and panic attacks. So like fuck all that type stuff. I do not want any of those medications in my life. I don't even know, like I thought trying to get my ADHD under control with like Adderall, and I'm not suggesting that anybody do this. Like this is my own personal experience and I'm just sharing my own personal journey, and this has nothing to do with you, but I still feel like I need to share. Like I thought maybe my ADHD would be cured with Adderall, cured by going to see a specialist and having a specialist therapist that's able to kind of help me through my coping mechanisms and the way that I've been behaving for the last however long I've had it. I don't even know. I thought that that would kind of like resolve it and fix it. It did the complete opposite for me. I had so many more anxiety attacks, panic attacks, dry mouth, dry eyes, excessive sweating, symptoms of things that I already deal with on the regular, and just super exacerbated, and basically almost little to no help as far as clarity or brain function. Like, yeah, things were quieted down. I thought that it would help me manage my day, and it truly did not. Microdosing is legit the only thing that has ever worked for me without causing any negative side effects. So that's it. That's my spiel on microdosing. I feel like everybody should give it a try. Everybody that's legal should give it a try, because it has done so much good for me. And in my like day-to-day life, my day-to-day journey, trying different things to microdose with, I still find that edibles are the number one way to go, and pre-dosed very specifically for microdosing edibles is the safest and most effective way to go, because you know what to expect and you know how you'll feel. And it's super easy. All you do is like pop one in your mouth, chew, and then go. Like it doesn't matter if you take it with or without food, with or without caffeine, with or without, I don't know, driving. I do have a couple different videos on this brand that I will link down below. This is legal THC, by the way. It's legal to ship across the entire United States. It's hemp derived, and it's under the legal limit for like what can actually be inside of a product according to the 2018 Farm Bill. We also have a coupon code Chrissy. It'll save you 10% off of any order, I think for always. I don't think it's just on your very first one, but I do suggest checking out some of the other videos too, because their products are freaking phenomenal. They are vegan, non-GMO, very low in sugar, 2 grams of sugar in the entire thing, and naturally flavored. So there's like most everything that's inside of it is organic, and if it's not organic, then it's natural. So it's like a really good actual healthy thing to take each day, plus it satisfies your sweet tooth. All right, cool. I will leave the links to all those other videos down below for you all. Thank you all so much for hanging out. Thank you for seeing me have my little morning breakdown. I was gonna apologize for that, but I'm not going to, because it was me. That's my morning and that's how I felt today. So, okay, so that's truly it. Love you all so damn much. Thank you to all my patrons for making videos like this possible. I do have my new Instagram. I will have it linked down below, pinned comment, and in the description box as well if you wanna go check it out. I'm so bummed that I lost my connection to all of you. I felt like we were actually able to converse and have private conversations and everything on there, not down in the comment box down here. So that's it. DM me or something. I love you all so damn much, and I will see you next time. Bye.